Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen and I love all things color, and I am loving this new light setup. I just tried moving things around and I like the way it looks. I like the lighting. Let me know what you guys think. So for this video, we're gonna be looking at another brand new holiday release, and this is from Nars. I do have like a specific playlist dedicated to all the holiday sets and gifts that I bought this year. It's under holiday 2022, and I will leave that link down below. There's also a playlist for sunscreens if you're in the market for sunscreen, so I will leave that down below as well. I also will link down my Instagram account. Definitely give me a follow there, and TikTok too. I think I will link down the TikTok as well, so that way you can follow me there as well. And let's head into the video. So we're gonna be doing swatches, comparisons, and demo of this gorgeous palette. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the box. I misplaced it somewhere. This is the beautiful brand new Nars palette. So if you like these kinds of videos, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up. That way my content rises up in the browsing page, and like-minded beauty enthusiasts would also come to know of my content, and they can subscribe and share and whatnot, all those good stuff. So yes, definitely do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let's get right into it. I do have two other palettes from Nars, which I thought that were quite close in color combinations and formula as well. So this is a rising star this year's palette. So we have the Orgasm on the Beach, which was last year's summer release, which is also the Baked Gelée formula. It's very glowy actually. It's a very glowy palette. Lots of shimmers and also strong potent shimmers, like pretty glowy. And this is the exposed palette, the one that looks like watercolors. Very pretty palette, such a gorgeous palette. It's very much sheer, basically looks like watercolory sheer blush work on your cheeks. So those are the two palettes that I got. Quick comparison. So let's get right into the video. So this retails for $60. All the other palettes that I have from Nars that I got were $59, so they have increased the price this year by $1, and this retails, like I said, $60, and you get 3 grams of product. I think that's always the case. Yeah, Orgasm on the Beach also you get 3 grams per pan. Exposed palette is also 3 grams per pan, so you get 3 times 6, right? And all of the palettes are also made in Italy. This one, the Exposed and the Orgasm on the Beach, they're all made in Italy, and they're all cheek palettes, 3 grams each. So let's get right into it. Let me quickly show these palettes side by side. Oh, before that, you gotta look at the beautiful star like embossed on them. So pretty, right? Nars, this is the unique shade. Honestly, because we haven't seen this shade from Nars. They're all berries, reds, and then this is always there, and this pinky mauve shade is also there, and yeah, always there. So this is the unique unique shade, I feel. So, and it also comes with a mirror, and it's not magnetic, like you have to like open it up. And let me quickly, I feel this is more similar to the Exposed palette. So let me just quickly hold it side by side. Look at that, because the Exposed also has 2 berries. This one also has 1 berry and then 1 reddish shade, right? The Exposed has also like a berry and then like a reddish shade. This also has a orange shade, the one in the left top, and then here it's in the, oh, this one. It's the tone, and then there's this mauve color, which is top row. This one right here in the center, that's right there, right? Like I said, the only unique shade is this hot pink. Let's see. Orgasm on the Beach also has a red, as you can see, but not a lot of berries. It's very golden tone leaning. It's quite peach. You have more of a pinky peach. You have like a orangey peach, and then you have bronzes, and so it's not exactly, the color story is quite different for Orgasm. So all right, let's get right into the swatches. I took a teeny tiny break to unbutton my shirt. So let's start with the top row. You'd think it's so I really thought it was a highlighter, but honestly, it's like a very, very satin finishing powder. It does not come out as a highlighter at all, to be honest. It does not come as a highlighter. In fact, if you have very, very pale skin, you might as well can use this as a blush too. You never know. I'm not sure, but this rose gold shade, but does not look like a highlighter at all. I tried using this shade as like a highlighter. I dug in even with like a stiff like a dense brush, but still I did not see any highlighted effect. So that's definitely a blush. You can definitely use it as a subtle highlighter. It has shimmer in it. So this is a matte color, like a beautiful watermelon, beautiful. Look at that, so pretty. Oh my gosh. And no shimmers. It doesn't have any shimmers in it. Then that's that purple, almost blue toned pink. That definitely kind of brings a very unique pop on my complexion. I feel the contrast, the blue tones and against my yellow golden tones, I don't know, the contrast really like stands out. It's a really pretty color. Then this kind of pinky brown color. This one is kind of on the subtle side for sure. You can build it up by using a dense kind of dense brush. Then you have that orange shade, not orange, coral shade. And you have just a straight up red. That also, now none of these colors have any shimmers. I do feel this entire palette is a strictly blush palette. You can definitely kind of add this shimmer on top to kind of create like a glowy blush, but still this is a strictly speaking a blush palette if you ask me. Not a lot of shimmers, so that's kind of like my first off observation about this off the bat. This is very much like a blush palette, and I love how glowy, not overly glowy, doesn't have any shimmer. But yeah, I think let's get right into the demo part. I definitely want to use like a denser brush to show you how even the darker shades actually don't really go crazy on your skin. You can definitely build it up, but yeah, I want to start off with maybe this shade. I do have a powder, just powder. I put sunscreen and then I set my face with powder. Look at that. I use a dense fluffy brush and I picked up this berry shade. That is not a lot. That is not a lot. I really would have expected a ton, but that's not a lot at all, to be honest. I really was like quite surprised. So I'm using the same dense brush and picking up this pinky mauve color. That's good. That's like a very natural flush of color. Look at that. So for the lighter colors, if you have darker skin tones, my skin tones or darker, definitely try using like a denser brush where you can pick up a lot of product and you can like stamp it on. That way you'll get like a beautiful flushed look. I want another lighter color is this. Let me just put some here. I think you can see the color. Looking flushed, right? There you go. I actually do apply blush on my chin. I don't know, I feel it kind of doesn't leave the blush hanging just right here. It also brings color and ties the whole thing together. I wanted to try this one, a very unique color, right? I want to do it here. Oh, that had a lot of punch, and it actually came out more redder, right? Really expect it to be a more, I don't know, pinker. This is the red color. Yeah, let me just quickly clean the brush. Oh, actually, after putting the red down, I do feel this appears more pink than this. Just this, the pink by itself did not look very pink, but against the red, this does look kind of, you know, pink. And then last but not the least, the shimmery one. I'm just kind of, look at that. I just picked it up with a dense brush and kind of sweep it, or more like stamping it on my cheek, and look at that. Obviously it's adding glow, but not like your intense highlighted look, but very like a glowy skin, extremely like glass skin. Look at that, it's basically like glass. I love it. So I'm gonna quickly kind of use a fluffy blush brush and blend everything. Don't want it to be too concentrated. And then finally, I'm just gonna set my face with some Hourglass powder, because that definitely is needed to kind of calm everything down, because it's kind of like crazy. See, there we go. It's much better. So I'm gonna quickly pop out and put some lipstick on. Now it's much better, yeah. And I will be right back, and we'll do comparisons, and then we'll do pros and cons. All right, I ended up putting like a reddish brown liquid lipstick from Urban Decay. These are called the Lip Bond liquid lipstick. They are glossy looking, but they are transfer proof, and they're ultra comfortable. So I also set my face with, you guys saw the Hourglass ambient lighting powder. So let's get right into the comparisons. So I'm gonna be picking up the Exposed palette, and let's do this orange, this popsicle. That's this. Ooh, I think they are, maybe this is more orangey, but to be honest, I would say they're pretty much the same. The orangey coral in the Exposed palette and the new one, the Star palette, are, I would say, the same. Let's do, these two are more of, actually both are berry. So there is no red color in this Exposed palette. Look at that, both are berries. So let's swatch it right next to the berry shades, shall we? Okay. I think they are both pinker, right? Or this is more, the darker one is more reddish and the lighter one is more pinker, and the one in the Star palette is much more reddish, I would say. It's more reddish, but like, I mean, at the end of the day, you are gonna kind of like wear it as like a very blended out and like a stain kind of a look, because these powders are meant to be worn that way. So I don't think you're gonna see a lot of difference with this, but this is more pinky, I would say. So let's see what's next. Oh wait, this mauve, oh, this one, because this is much darker, and that's actually a stunning color on darker skin. But the mauve shade here, this one, this guy, that was the lightest of them all. So oh, this one, the mauve color, the brownie, the pinky brown color is much lighter, to be honest. Let's try the darker brown color, which is much brownish and actually much terracotta. So that is a stunning color on me and my skin tones, but this is a completely different color. So I think that is it. Did we find And this one is like a champagne shade and much sparklier. And look how light that is. This is like a rose gold color. This is like nowhere close to that. So that's all. There's no dupe for that very, very pale rose gold blush. I'm gonna call it a blush. So next, let's look at the Orgasm on the Beach. I'm gonna try the red because this is like a bright red. This is the red from the, so I would say they're kind of similar. This is from the red from the Orgasm on the Beach is much like brighter, if you ask me. This is much darker, but you could just blend them out to be kind of similar looking again. And then I'm gonna, the shade Orgasm is much pinky coral, so I'm gonna take this one because that is more similar to this guy. This guy right here is more, you know, orangey coral, so I'm gonna pick up this orangey coral and do it here. Maybe we are comparing this, by the way. This is more golden, and I don't think this is much darker. The orangey coral in the new palette is darker than the Orgasm on the Beach. Orgasm on the Beach is more about shimmers. Oops, sorry, it's kind of washing out. It's more about the shimmers than darker, richer colors. All right, two more comparisons. There is like a pinky brown color, and there's like a rose gold color. I'm gonna compare the rose gold here, which is actually I guess it is marketed as a blush, but for me it's a highlighter. So I'm gonna compare this rose gold from the new palette. Let's just do them together, right? And the rose gold from this. See, two rose golds. So the lighter one is from the new palette, and the darker one, more brown, this one is from Orgasm on the Beach. I would say the main difference is Orgasm on the Beach is much shimmery and absolutely a highlighter shade. So there is a little bit of depth difference, color difference, but you know, it's more the shimmers make all the difference because they are quite shimmery. And let's compare the brown, the pinky brown, and the pinky brown here. Yeah, oh wait. The terracotta one is actually from the Orgasm palette, and the pinky one is from the new one. I personally like the terracotta one because that is more suitable to my skin tone. It makes it look more natural than the pinky one. So that is kind of like the differences. Do you really need, I think if you have the exposed palette, you don't really need the new palette. If you are looking for a reason not to buy the star palette, I'm giving you one. Because if you have the exposed palette, you don't really need the new palette, but still it's very glamorous, it's very pretty, and looks like such a treat. And I love how toned down all of the shades are. The exposed palette is also like that, to be honest, but it's more subtle. This is also on the subtle side, to be honest. So yeah, if you ask me, if you have the exposed palette, you don't really need this one. But if you just love the colors, you don't have this one exposed palette, but you do have like two other berries. Here you have two like a purple berry, pinky berry shade, and then this like straight up berry shade. So they have a very similar two berry shades in the exposed palette. But yeah, that's kind of my only con, if you will, is that if you have the exposed palette, you don't need this one. But otherwise, pros, the powders are stellar. They're so amazing and such a pleasure to put on my skin. They look so stunning, and I'm kind of relieved that they decided not to put like a strictly speaking highlighter in this palette, and decided to go with an incredibly subtle glowy blush. This is the only glowy powder. Everything else is actually matte, and I like that. Just that subtle glassy looking skin, like glowy skin. Look at that. It's so pretty and looks absolutely amazing. I love the palette. It's 10 out of 10. I absolutely recommend it. So yeah, that is it. That's basically what this video is about. I really hope the swatches and comparisons helped you guys make a decision. Let me know, are you buying it or not? I would love to hear from you. Come say hi in the comment section. I would love to meet you. And I will see you guys very soon. We have come to the end of this video. So goodbye.